Buddy, welcome to D2B TV. So half time, Inter Milan nil, Liverpool nil. Good sort of moments in the game. I think Harvey Elliott looks fantastic on the ball. Thiago's getting in space. Uh, Fabinho's doing his usual brilliant sort of stopping the counter attacks. But yeah, just a little bit in the final third. Just need to be a little bit more, I'd say, cutting edge. And Jota, I think Jota took too many touches there. He should have shot a little bit quicker on the one that was blocked by De Vries. He's going off, and he's their best centre half. So that's positive in terms of the fact that their best centre back's going off. Big second half now. We've got to go and get one, two, maybe three, because this is a poor Inter Milan side. Van Dijk looks like he's in second gear. They can't get past him. Alisson hasn't had a save to make. So, in terms of going away to the San Siro, I think it's 0-0 because we haven't done what we should have done, which is put the ball in the back of the net yet. But in terms of the better team, it's us. Yeah, they've had a couple of moments. I know they hit the bar, but apart from that, they've not been great into Milan. We have had a lot of opportunities where we're doing what I call Arsenal football, which is where we're passing it a little bit too much around the box rather than cutting edge and having some digs. Trent Alexander-Arnold, please stop shooting. Get it to Mane, get it to Salah, get it to Jota. That's their job. Stop shooting because that annoys me. He doesn't score long range efforts very often. I know he got one not so long ago. But his job for me is to feed and be the best assist maker, not be shooting from 25, 30 yards when we've got the best front three in the world in front of them. So it's not great, but the great thing is it's 0-0, and the great thing is look at that bench. Look at that bench that Klopp can call on. You've got Bobby Firmino, you've got Luis Diaz, you've got Hendo, you've got Origi. I know people, you could see Origi scoring if he came on. He's that type of player, but do you know what I mean? It's just in terms of the play. Milner could come on. I mean, we've got a very, very strong bench, and for me, that could be what wins us the game today because they will tire when we get to the amount of times we've got in behind. It's knackering. It must be bloody knackering having to sort of chase the interchange in between Jota, Mane, and Salah as a defender. And the blurred vision's probably not just from the head injury that De Vries got, but probably the amount of bloody running he's had to do at the back as well. So I can see this being a 2-0 victory to Liverpool in the second half, and I can see that Harvey Elliott, by the way, he's just so good on the ball. We're talking about a kid here that reminds me of as an Iniesta and a Busquets sort of all in one. He's got everything, and I actually think we should give him the ball a little bit more because the Thiago's great as well. But give Harvey the ball. He seems to be finding these little passes in and out, and which Mo and Salah. Mane should have done better with the overhead kick, in my opinion. He was on his own. He should have at least got that on target, and I think he knew that with his reaction. So it'd be interesting. Excuse me. It'd be interesting to see your thoughts, and I'll go through them right now. So first one, Dylan O'Rourke. Thoughts on Harvey so far? Yeah, Dylan, I just give that. I think he's done really well. I think he looks really good tempo wise. He seems to be, in my opinion, the go-to player with regards to. I'd keep giving him the ball, and I think he's had a fabulous debut on his Champions League debut. Fabulous, and I can already see him playing for England in the World Cup come the end of the year. He's that good. I can't see England having a player in the midfield better than him. And also Liverpool creative wise, this kid has everything. He has absolutely been phenomenal, and he just needs to be given the ball more, in my opinion. Evening, Jerry. Scott Hunt. Young Harvey's done well. Need to change his boots, slipping around a lot. Yeah, probably get some longer studs on. Would be a good idea, mate. Yeah, I agree with that, Scott. Paul O'Neill, calibre of Inter is poor, should be destroying them. Yes, Paul, totally agree. Just said the same thing. This is a poor Inter Milan side. Listen, Vidal's doing his usual cheating. They called him Mr. Mischievous on the BT Sport, but I would say he's just a cheat, and that's a sin. And especially the lad that's just dived on the edge of the box, rolling around like he was dying. They didn't even touch him. It was a complete dive. We looked comfortable at the back, apart from the one moment where they've hit the crossbar. That probably woke us up to being comfortable at the back. We also look like we could score two or three if we get the first, because the atmosphere will go as soon as we get the first, and they will tire. I predict Liverpool scoring after the 60th minute, because I think that's when you will see, and you see Liverpool statistically scoring a lot of goals in that period. I think that's when we just completely overrun teams, and we don't just tire teams, but we knacker them out mentally as well, because it's physically and mentally with Liverpool, because they just never switch off. And the problem you've got is when you face Liverpool is if Mane tires, they bring on Bobby Firmino. If Salah tires, they can bring on Diaz, and vice versa. Jota doesn't do great, you can bring on either one of them, or even Origi. To me, it's one of them where I think it'll be the players we bring on that will win the game for us. That's just my opinion. Let's go through the rest of yours. Natalie Atkinson. Fab's been brilliant. Been a bit disappointed with Robert. Gave the ball away too many times. Yeah, totally agree, Natalie. And I think that his crossing's not been great. But, second half, he can go and put that right. Inter have been rubbish. Yeah, they've not been great. I know they've had the odd chance. But, yeah, to say that's the best Inter can give us in their own backyard, I think if we could get this tie more or less done in the first leg, if we can get a 2-0 win here, I think we're halfway into the last six, the quarterfinals. So Sammy Blackadder, hopefully we'll take the second off, but we need to be sharp around the box. Sammy, totally agree. Just said that earlier. We seem to be doing what I call Arsenal football, and then those that know their football know what I mean by that. Arsenal used to pass, 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 pass all the time, and you just need to pull the trigger. The element of surprise. Some of Mo Salah's best goals is when he has the element of surprise and he can have the shot and he can do it early. So to me, we need to speed the tempo up a little bit, but shoot a bit more sharper. Yeah, Natalie Harvey's done great. Michael, Mikey Pearson, Evening Neil, they are going to open up in the second half. Our front lads will have a field day, plus wish they would stop diving. Mikey just said exactly the same thing there, mate. That last one was shocking. He's actually had the cheek to roll around in pain, and you watch the replay, there's not even contact. It's an absolute disgrace, and this is what you got to be careful of with these, because the catalyst is Vidal. He's played in Spain. Spanish football's all about theatrics. It's all about diving, and we just need to make sure that the great thing now is VAR. Even though I'm not a great fan of it, it will catch these people out. If they cheat, then they get caught out. So that's the only positive I will give VAR, is that it cuts out the bullshit. It cuts out the cheating. Scott Hunt, yeah, Konate's my man of the match so far, mate. Yeah, totally agree. I think he's been outstanding. And for those that have seen my predicted lineup, the reason why I put him in ahead of Matic was because of his performance when we played AC Milan at the San Siro. And Zlatan Ibrahimovic said he's the best defender he's played against in a long while, and actually got his shirt at the end of the game. Now, I think that was why Klopp picked him today, and that's why I picked him, because I think that Konate, he's already done it here and there in the San Siro, and I think his pace, by the way, was brilliant there, because if you watch the replay where Virgil gets kind of exposed and the lad crosses it in, he actually senses that happening and he actually drives his run and then cuts to the left and blocks the cross. So Konate, to me, has been, along with Harvey Elliott, our best two players. Salah's doing a little bit too much, Mane's doing too much, Jota is doing too much, and he normally doesn't do too much. He normally instantly strikes, so he needs to start doing that a bit more. But yeah, it is what it is. Mario Aquilina, we need to cut off some mistakes in possession, which could all result in dangerous situations. Otherwise, good. Totally agree. James Phelps, Harvey, Fabs, Konate, and VVD been our best player so far. Into defending well, sadly. Yeah, agree again. Like I say, it is what it is. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. It will come, and I think that the fact that we can bring on Bobby Firmino, the fact we can bring on Diaz, the fact that we can bring on such quality means that I can only see one winner in this game. And as I keep saying, they've just lost their best defender by the looks of it now, De Vries at centre-back. So I actually think that now they're going to be even worse at the back, and I think that they will tire. This is not a young Inter Milan side. These are these are quite old men. You know, you've got Dzeko who's 36, you've got Vidal's 36. There's quite a lot of old heads out there, so it'd be interesting to see what happens in the second half. But I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, so that's great, and that'll do for us. Thanks for coming on at half time because I wanted to get a quick drink. But I hope you enjoy this. I'll be doing this for every game now, apart from when I've just completely busy. So thanks everyone. Enjoy the second half, and I'll speak to you all soon. You'll never walk alone.